Looking forward now to round 12 of the TSL. ABC game next week will be Hobart versus Glenorchy at KG5, Andy, which sets up to be a big one, particularly for Glenorchy, who are still a chance for the finals. Hobart maybe not so much, but after Glenorchy's form today, they need a big week on the track.
Yeah, Hobart unfortunately certainly have lost their way. Remember though, back in round 6, Brett, that it was Hobart who sprung the surprise up at the TCA and beat Glenorchy when Glenorchy really had their backs to the wall, and they've probably got their backs to the wall again. However, they've got a lot more to play for than Hobart, who are now really lost every chance of making the finals. Glenorchy have got their own problems though. They're missing a lot of good players. They'll be hoping they get their best players back on the track soon, but they're unlikely to have them all. There's still doubts about Bowden, there's still doubts about Cox. Jesse Crouch is some sort of a chance for this week, and that will strengthen them, but they're below their best. Hobart, they wouldn't want to take them too lightly, but if they get into them early, and I mean set up a bit of a lead early on, I would expect Hobart aren't playing for a lot at the moment. Glenorchy have everything to play for.
And looking at the games in that round also, we've got a couple of huge clashes.
Yeah.
Lauderdale, North Launceston sets up to be a big one as well.
Massive game for Lauderdale particularly, who got a belting from Clarence last week at home. They'll be looking to bounce back again at home because they've still a pretty even chance, I reckon. A 50-50 chance of making the top 5 would be fantastic for them, for that very young club. North Launceston have had pretty reasonable form of late. Whether they can win away from home, and it is a genuine home ground advantage to Lauderdale down there. The other one, Clarence, North Hobart, a resurgent North Hobart, you'd have to say. Second week with their new coach, Lance Spalding. Clarence in good form, but they wouldn't want to be laying back, taking it easy against North Hobart.
Another 2 games, Devonport-Burnie, that game in Devonport, 1 o'clock on Sunday. How do you see that one panning out?
Oh, you'd expect Burnie. They too have a lot to play for. Their form's been a little bit up and down, but Devonport just don't have the cattle, unfortunately, after the horrible off-season they had. You'd expect them to put up a fight. There's always something in the clash up on the coast, but you'd think Burnie would get there convincingly in the end.
And Launceston versus South Launceston at Windsor, Sunday at 2 o'clock. You'd envisage a bit of a thumping there from Launceston over the Doggies.
You'd expect so, although South Launceston, second win for the week, for the season last week against Hobart, but you'd expect Launceston are just the real powerhouse of the season so far to keep motoring on. It's
amazing how it all swings around. Hobart defeat Glenorchy in round 6, the last time that they win a game, and almost Glenorchy's last. They've just had a really bad 8 weeks, and of course South Launceston, who got thumped by Hobart, who got thumped by Glenorchy rather, beating Hobart.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm looking forward to this week, as I always do.
And of course, live next week, ABC 1, Glenorchy versus Hobart at KG5 Oval from 1:10.